Right, okay, so let us get started. Uh, so until others join, we have around 25 participants. Okay, so today we have to discuss the class activities on the lookup functions. So in the video shared, I have discussed you with the three lookup functions. It is the vertical lookup, or we call it the VLOOKUP, the HLOOKUP, or the horizontal lookup, we call it HLOOKUP, and finally the lookup. So those are the functions what we discussed in the last couple of videos. And today we are going to discuss the class activities on that. Uh, and also I'll be activating your class assignment today on this VLOOKUP, or the what you call the lookup functions, right? So that is the plan for the day. Yeah, so let us get started with the question number one. So as far as the question number one is concerned, in fact, so this is one of the questions that I worked out even during the videos. So I worked this question out, if I'm not mistaken. But depending on the importance, I just thought of putting it as a class activity and also taking with you through that. And probably you would have tried that. So then we can have a look at that. We may get started with question number one. So as usual, I would like someone to start taking us through the questions. Yes, who is going to volunteer? Let me stop the screen sharing. Right. Then who is going to share the screen with us? Anyone who has managed to do that? So you can share that. So certainly you would have done that, and we would like to see, and also we'll discuss based on that. Yeah, anyone? So how about Tarushi? Did you manage to do that? Or is it Iresha? So anyone? So this is the most embarrassing part, I would say that. So I would have to call you upon, but none of you are going to respond. So this is the most embarrassing part of the discussion, I would say. So hence I would like someone to initiate it. So without doing that, so we've been doing this. So this is going to be the 7th week, if I'm not mistaken. So still I would have to call you upon, and still you are not going to respond. So it is embarrassing. So hence, yeah, would like someone to initiate. So without taking much time. Or if you could not get it done due to any reason or something, then you can reason that out. Then I'll be probably able to explain and take you through that again. So if you could not get it done. But the most important thing is that there must be a communication. කරවතාල මේක කරගත්තා නම් කරගත්ත කෙනෙක් අපිට මේක පෙන්වන්න. එහෙම නැත්නම් කරගන්න බැරි වුණා නම් ඒක කරගන්න බැරි වෙච්ච හේතුව කියන්න. ඒ අනුව මට පුළුවන් මෙතනින් ඔයාලත් එක්ක ඩිස්කස් කරන්න. So I can further explain and discuss that. Yes. Yeah. So no one is that. So how about Asmi?
So I didn't do that because of we did that one with class.
Sorry.
We do that work in class. That's why I
So
didn't.
you did not attempt that.
Yeah.
In that sense, since it was in the video, you did not attempt that. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Right.
Otherwise, I will do everything.
Okay, good. Right. Thank you. Thank you for the feedback, Asmi. Then how about others? Anyone would same? Okay, so if you would have applied the same thinking, then certainly, so I might be able to take you through. and just to remind, right, what we did. So the following table provides information relevant to personal income tax computation. In fact, this is the actual information what we have taken uh, from the web sources. Develop a model to compute income tax for a given income, applying the VLOOKUP function. So it is somewhat challenging task, but since we have discussed this repeatedly, I think that you may not find that is challenging. But so this is exam type question. So in case of your examination, when you are given a question of this nature, so what is expected for you to first uh, get your database prepared correctly. So that is the starting point. So here also, you cannot work the things out in this form. So therefore, you might have to rearrange the table. So that is going to be the starting point. So if I'm to do so, when it comes to the different levels of income or anything, so when you have a particular kind of a range, so I might have stressed that in the lecture, මම lecture එකේ කියන්න ඇති පුතාලට මොනවා හරි යම්කිසි range එකක් තියෙන වෙලාවට අපි හැම වෙලාවකම ගන්න ඒ range එකේ තියෙන lower threshold එක. එතකොට බිඳුව 500,000 කිව්වම අපි ගන්න ඒකේ income එක level එක විදියට 0. එතකොට 501 to 1.1 million කිව්වම අපි ගන්න ඒකේ lower level එක. එතකොට මේ විදියට ඔයාලට පුළුවන් මේ lower threshold එක අරගෙන යන්න. Then 1.7, 001, 2.3, 001, 2.9, 001, 3.5, 001. then මේ ටික තමයි levels ටික. ඒකට අපේ tax rates ටික අපි බලමු. මුලින්ම තියෙනවා 0% tax rate එක. ඒ කියන්නේ tax free. යම් කෙනෙක්ගේ ආදායම ලක්ෂ 5ට වඩා අඩු නම් අපි දන්නවා there is no tax implication. This is the tax rate. එතන එතකොට 4% තියෙනවා. Then 8%, 12%, 16%, 20%, and 24%. Right? එතන මේ විදිහට තමයි tax rates ටික යන්නේ. Applicable tax rate. So depending on the income level. ඒත් එක්කම මේ වගේ table එකදී අපි අනිවාර්යෙන් හදා ගන්න ඕන දෙයක් තමයි base tax එක. base tax එක කියන කාරණාව. ඒකට පළවෙනි ආදායම් level එකේදී අපිට base tax එකක් නැහැ. මොකද tax rate එකක් නැහැ. ඒකට base එකකුත් නැහැ. So it's going to be 0. Then when it comes to the if there is a person who is having an income greater than 500,001. So for that particular person, so he is passing the threshold level of 500,000. So depending on that, you need to decide the tax. But here you can see that up to 500,000, it is tax free. Tax free. So therefore, for that particular person, again, so if you take this 500,000, or if you have to take that 500,000 minus 1 into previous tax rate, so it's going to be 0. So කෙනෙක්ගේ ආදායම ලක්ෂ 6යි කියලා අපි හිතමු. නමුත් එයාට base tax එකක් නැහැ. base tax එක කියන්නේ මොකක්ද? එයා පහු කරන income levels එක. right? එතකොට 0 to 500,000 වෙනකන් tax free නේ. so එයාගේ base tax එකක් නැහැ. නමුත් අපි හිතුවොත් යම් කිසි පුද්ගලයෙක් ඉන්නවා එයාගේ ආදායම 1.1 million වලට වඩා වැඩි. එතකොට එයාගේ base tax එක කොහොමද? එතකොට එයාගේ 500,000 එක level එකක්. එතකොට ඒකේ අදාළ tax එක අපි මෙතන work out කරා. ඊළඟ level එක තමයි 1.1 million වෙනකම්. 500,000 to 1.1 million. එතකොට එතන තියෙනවා another 600,000. ඒකට apply වෙන්න ඕනේ 4% විදියට. ඒතර මේක අපි ෆෝමියුලා එකක් විදියට work out කරන එක ලේසි. දැන් අපිට පුළුවන් පහුගිය ආදායම් මට්ටම එකතු පහුගිය tax level එක එකතු කරලා 1.1 million වලින් 501 multiply කරන්න it's going to be 4%. එතකොට යාට 24000ක් එනවා. එතකොට අනිත් levels වලට අපිට පුළුවන් හිමීට මේක පහළට drag කරන්න. එතකොට මේ විදිහට තමයි base tax එක එන්නේ. එතකොට ඔයාලට ඒක confirm කරගන්න ඕන නම් මොකක් හරි level එකක් අරගෙන හදලා බලන්න පුළුවන්. දැන් අපි හිතමු අපි හරියට මේක අරන්ද කියලා. දැන් උදාහරණයක් විදිහට අපි හිතුවොත් income එක 3 million තියෙන කෙනෙක්ගේ තත්ත්වයක්. එතකොට එයා කීයක් levels පහු කරනවද? up to 500,000 මුලින්ම පහු කරනවා. 0 to 500,000 කියන level එක. එතනදී අදාළ වන tax rate එක 0%. එතකොට එයාට මේක තමයි පළවෙනි level එක. දෙවෙනි threshold එක තමයි 1.1 million එක. එතන තිබුණා 600,000. 600,000 දක්වා 4% වලින් tax වෙන්න ඕන. $24,000. ඊට පස්සේ එයා පහු කරගෙන එනවා 1.7 million කියන threshold එක. එතන තව 600,000 තියෙනවා. ඒක tax වෙන්න ඕනේ 8% වලින්. 8% වලින්. ඒකට එතන තියෙනවා 48. ඊට පස්සේ එයා පහු කරනවා 2.3 කියන level එක. එතන තව 600,000 තියෙනවා. එතන tax වෙන්න ඕනේ 12% වලින්. ඊට පස්සේ අපි තියෙනවා 2.9 million දක්වා. එහෙනම් තව 600,000 තියෙනවා. ඒක tax වෙන්න ඕනේ 16% වලින්. ඒතර 96. ඒතර මේ ටික එකතු කරලා බැලුවොත් තමයි මේ පුද්ගලයාගේ base tax එක එන්නේ. base tax එක එන්නේ. එහෙනම් 240,000 වෙන්න ඕනේ 3 million income එකක් තියෙන කෙනෙක්. base tax එක. හරි අපිට මේ base tax එක ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා. එහෙනම් අපි මේක work out කරපු විදිහ. So this is going to be the very first level. Very first thing. So when you are calculating the income tax, practically this is how it is calculated. So there are different bands of income. So depending on that bands, there is applicable tax rate. So by applying that particular tax rate, so you need to tax that particular person. The person who tax කරන්න ඕනේ අදාළ band එක base කරගෙන. Right? So that is how it works practically. So are you clear with that? एक පැහැදිලිද බලන්න.
Yes, sir.
Right, okay, good. So if anything you are not clear with, so please let me know. Right, now you are done, most of the task is done. Now all what you have to do is just get your output done. So then as usual you can set the given income level. So you can get the given income level. So that is the data that you input. Then depending on that you can take this base income level can be taken. Then the additional income can be taken. Then the base tax can be taken, the tax for the base. Then the additional tax, and thereby the total tax. You can develop a simple structure like this, right? So these are the information that you would require to fill. Additional tax and the total tax. Right, let's say the given income as we assumed earlier, say it is 3 million. If you do 3 million here, then how you take the base income? So that is by applying a VLOOKUP function. You can apply a VLOOKUP. So the table is a vertical table, so therefore you apply the VLOOKUP. The lookup value, it's going to be this. make it constant, table array. This is going to be the table without the headings, make it constant, or even you can apply a kind of a range name for that. So it's a good application of your knowledge. You can even apply that. Then where you can find the base income can be found in the first column. And also it is better that since you are looking for a perfect match, so type it as false. But the problem is that when it comes to the base income, say okay, so seems something has gone wrong. What is that? Exact match, column index. What is that? Lookup value, we are finding that vertical. Let's select that range. Sorry, it can't be a sorry. So it can't be exact match, no, because we are looking for a kind of a range. Sorry. So that was the mistake what I have done. So it has to be a closest match. Right. Okay. Now I got realized. But if you keep it like this, you can see that the base income comes as 2.9 million and 1. But it has to be 2.9 million, no? Hence, in order to make it 2.9 million, you can do a simple modification to this formula, take -1 after the formula. Then it is resolved. Right. Now, if you put whatever the income level, so it works. You can see that if you put 600,000, it comes as 500,000. If you take 1.2 million, it comes as 1.1 million. So that suggests you have done it very correctly. Then the additional income, it's just a matter of taking the difference. You take this and deduct the base income, additional income. So when it comes to the base tax, again, you can make use of the VLOOKUP function. So therefore, I might copy the previous formula and paste it. Then I modify it. So the කලින් formula එකම copy කරලා අපිට paste කරන්න පුළුවන් නේ. So base tax එක තියෙන්නේ කොහෙද? කීවෙනි column එකේද? ඒක තියෙන්නේ ඇත්තටම තුන්වෙනි column. Right? It is column 3. The same lookup value, the table array is same, but the column index. So it comes as 24,000. Yeah, perfect. So let's make it 3 million. Yeah, it's 3 million. There it comes. Okay. Then the additional tax, how you take the additional tax? So that is additional income is there. You can multiply it by, even you can take a VLOOKUP. You can take a VLOOKUP. So in fact, you could have copy pasted that as well, but just to do that, lookup value taken, income levels, sorry, that is a table array. Then the column, in which column you can find the tax rate, that is in the column 2. You can say, okay. So then the additional tax being calculated. So it is 20,000. Then the total tax, now it is straightforward. Base tax plus the additional tax. So it is 260,000. So if you have manually worked that out, for this 3 million, it was 240,000 base tax. The additional income was 100,000. It is taxed at 20%. So it's going to be 100,000 into 20,000. Yes. So what we have calculated is correct. You can take whatever the income level, right? Then try whether it works. You take 36 million. This is it. If you take 25 million, whatever it is, it works. So if you take your income level as 100,000, you can see no tax is there. So here the formula, a slight, so it shows as -1 because the base income is going to be 0, 0, -1, right? Okay. So, but the tax is correct, no? Total tax. So if you take it as 700,000, yes, it works. No base tax, but the total tax is 8,000. So hence it suggests what we have done is correct, right? So any question on that? Anything that you're not comfortable? So do let me know. So in fact, this is what we have worked out even in the what do you call the videos as well. Videos what I have done. If you find anything not comfortable, yes, then I can further explain that. Hope you are clear with that. I think I would have done the same, but I used to do.
Sir,
Yes, how about you, Tirunya?
can you explain additional tax again?
Sorry, Vita?
Can you explain the additional tax again?
Additional tax, right? Okay. So the additional tax is basically, you know, when it comes to a particular income level, let's say that there's a person who is having income of 700,000, right? In that case, what are the income bands that particular person passes? You can see that when it comes to this income level, there is one income level up to 500,000. So therefore, that particular person only passes that level, and we call it that is the base, right? So in that case, his base income is 500,000. Then for that, applicable tax rate is tax-free, in the sense it is 0%. So therefore, there is no base tax for that particular person. But if you take this income level to be 1.2 million or something, yes, there is a base income of 1.1 million because that person passes two levels, right? One level is up to 500,000, the other level is up to 1.1 million. Then the additional income means when it comes to that person's income, once you deduct the base income, so the difference is what we call the additional income, right? So යම් කිසි පුද්ගලයාගේ ආදායම විවිධ අගයන් ගන්න පුළුවන් නේ. ඒතකොට එයාට ඒ ළඟම තියෙන බෑන්ඩ් එක අයින් කරපුවාම වැඩිපුර තියෙන ප්‍රමාණයට තමයි අපි කියන්නේ additional income එක කියලා. එතකොට මෙතන කියලා තියෙනවා යම් කිසි කෙනෙක්ගේ ආදායම 1.1 million to 1.7 million අතර නම් පිච් වෙන්නේ එයාට අදාළ වෙන tax rate එක 8%. එහෙනම් ඒක අපි මෙතන ගෙනල්ලා බැලුවොත් මෙයාගේ additional income එක 1.2 million sorry income එක 1.2 million ඒ කියන්නේ එයා අයිති වෙන්නේ මෙන්න මේ බෑන්ඩ් එකට නම් එයාගේ tax එක 8%. එහෙනම් මේ additional income එක 100,000 අපි 8% වලින් tax වෙලා තමයි එන්නේ මෙතන additional tax එක. එතකොට මේ tax එක apply කරන එක අපිට පුළුවන් ඇත්තටම formula එකක් use කරලා කරන්න නේ. එතකොට මුලින්ම additional income එක ගත්තා multiply කරන්න ඕනේ අපි මේ තියෙන tax rate එකක් base කරලා නේ. එතකොට අපිට මේ tax rate එක formula එකක් විදිහට ගන්න පුළුවන්. එතන මේක තමයි මම අලුත් දෙයකට කරේ. ඒ tax rate එක මම formula එකක් විදිහට ගත්තා. මම මේ given income එක lookup value එක විදිහට අරගෙන table එක select කරලා second column එක දුන්නාම මේ අදාළ income එකට අදාළ මේ income එකට අදාළ applicable tax rate එක තමයි එන්නේ. ඒතකොට 1.2 million කියන්නේ යාගේ lower threshold එක 1.1 million. එහෙනම් ඊට අනුරූපී tax rate එක තමයි ගන්න. ඒතකොට මේක අපි වෙනස් කරොත් ඒ අනුව වෙනස් වෙනවා. මේක අපි කරා කියලා 2.4 million. ඒ අනුව අදාළ tax එක වෙනස් වෙනවා. එතකොට එතනදී අපිට පේනවා 100,000 වලට 16% තමයි apply වෙලා 16,000 ඇවිල්ලා තියෙන්නේ. මේක ඒ විදිහට. ඒකට ඒක මම VLOOKUP එකක් ආධාරයෙන් තමයි tax rate එක ගත්තේ. ඒක තමයි අලුතෙන් කරපු things.
Thank you, sir.
Hope it is clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Right, okay, good. So it is appreciated. So the question what you may have, you have to question that and get them clarified, right? So this is a very practical application. Even you can develop this even for a particular entity, those who wish to, those who are engaged in the income tax computation, right? Okay. So now we can move on to the second question. So in fact, it is the last time exam paper question. So then you can understand what is the expectation, what we are having. එතකොට මේක දෙවෙනි question එක තමයි මම ගත්තේ ගිය පාර paper එකේ මම දාපු question එක. බලන්න ඒක කොහොමද තාම manage කරගත්තේ කියලා. I would like to see that someone who has attempted that can share the answer with us. Then depending on that we can discuss. Yes, anyone who has attempted that? It's an exam type question. Even I have provided the format. You had to do a very little thing. පොඩි දෙයක් කරන්න තිබුණේ. Format එකක් හදලා දුන්නා. ඔක්කොම තිබ්බා. Formulas ටික විතරයි apply කරන්න තිබ්බේ. Hope you would have attempted that. So would like someone to share the screen with us.
Question number.
Yeah, sure. You can share. So I'll be giving you the marks on all the assignment probably in the next class, right? So certainly I will go through that. Now I'm done with most of the work in the university. So I'll be free in the next week. So I'll be going through all your assignments and marks will be given, right? Okay, good. Right. So let's go to the part A, Asmi. So it's good to see that you have done it perfectly. Right. So in the part A, so shall we do that once and show that? So you have done it very correct, perfect. I just want to show the class that the way you have done it. And if you can show, we may delete that particular one. You can delete that. You can cut it, just cut it, then that's it. Yeah. Okay. Then even remove the prices, but it is there. Yeah, we'll remove that. Okay. Then you can, yes, you went to the developer, then you go to the insert, and you would have taken, okay, no, that is the other one, no? Yeah, list box. You have taken a list box, then you draw a list box. That was the very first thing you did. Then you would have right click and go to the format control, and then you would have identified the input range. So you want the names of the packages, right? So you would have select the names of the packages. Okay, good. Then you would have even given a cell link as well somewhere convenient to you. Then you would have said okay. Then once you click on the items in the list box, you could see that the number would have been appeared. So let's right click and see that format control G3. Something wrong with that. So let's refer to a different place. Click outside and come. Okay. Yeah, good. Right. Okay, now, yeah, now it seems to work. No? Yeah, perfect. Yeah, now it works. Good. So you can see that when you switch between the different options, you can see the number appear. Then what you have done by making use of your knowledge on functions, you would have developed that price. No? Okay. Taken that, taken the function, So you first check whether this is equal to 1. If so, you would have asked them to take this price. Okay, then if, then again you would have taken if function, then you would have asked, done the same test. It is F9, yeah, good. F9 equals to 2. If it is equal to 2, then you would have said that it is going to be the D4, very correct. And again, you would have put the comma and taken any function. Again, you would have done the test. Is F9 equal to 3? If so, you would have said that it is price 1499 should have been taken. Then, if not, even without taking, if you could have said that, because only the other option is available. Ne? So just put D6, D6, type D6. Yeah, type D6 and you can close it. Right. Okay. Now you would have closed that. That's it. Now you can switch between the options. You can see. So it works perfectly. It works perfectly. Right. So that's how we do that. Good. You have done it very correct. So you have any question on that? So that is to test your knowledge on the previous aspect, what we discussed under the tools and options available in the Excel, right? So it's good that you have done it perfectly. So if you have any question, yes, you can raise that. So depending on that, we can discuss. Anything that you are not comfortable? So you need to come up with that. Okay, hope that you are fine with that. Right, now we can move on to the next one. So in the next one, you can see that, so we are giving that the data usage and the package. So once we input these two information, you need to come up with the rest of the information. Yes, you have done it very correctly. So can you change that data usage to 20,000, put that to 20,000? Right, that is in fact what I wanted to emphasize with you. You can see that with that the data usage has comes as minus 5,600. So it can't be the case because you know it must be 0, right? So there, what we need to do with that, we need to do that using a if function. We'll see that. So apart from that, rest of the things you have done it correctly, right? So here it is.
If it is diamond,
Yeah, in the
we
diamond
can
package, there can be a person who would use 20,000 later. No, diamond package එක යටතේ කෙනෙක් ඉන්න පුළුවන් අපිට 20000ක data භාවිතා කරපුනේ මාසෙකට. allowable package එක 25600යි. නමුත් අපි සම්පූර්ණම data use කරන්න නැති වෙන්න පුළුවන් නේ. ඒකට ඒ වගේ කෙනෙක් හිටියොත් එයාට මේ excess data කියන එක applicable නැහැ නේ. ඒකට ඒ වෙනස අපි හදන්න ඕන එක. එතකොට අපිට if function එකක් ආධාරයෙන් තමයි කරන්නේ. So that is the point you have missed. But the rest, yes, you have done it perfectly. So shall we work that out completely as we used to do? So shall we erase the answers, what it is there, and let's work that out again. The answers ටික ඔක්කොම අයින් කරලා පාරක් කරමු. Yeah. Okay. So how you have taken the package data bundle, you would have applied your knowledge on VLOOKUP. You would have taken the VLOOKUP. And first you would have specified the lookup value. Okay. So then it is that it has to be the package, no? Yeah, it's diamond. You have search in the data set. Okay, and then you would have mentioned the column. It is in the first column. Yeah, second column. Yeah, second column, and you are looking for exact match. Very correct. Good. Then close it. Enter. Very correct. Then the base package charge. So again, you would have done the same. you could have taken the VLOOKUP as you used to do. Then you would have taken package. Then you would have taken yeah, the table. Then base package charge was there in the third one, and you are looking for a kind of exact match. Good. And then when it comes to the excess data, you have to take it as a if function, right? You need to take it if function. Then you have to say, first thing you need to check whether this data usage is higher than the package data bundle. No, you need to check whether the data usage is greater than uh, the package data bundle. Greater than or equal, you'll find package data bundle, the above one. It's not E21, E19, no? So then you are checking whether it is greater than that. If so, what you would ask to do to deduct from the package data bundle, you are going to deduct the data usage from the package data bundle. In the sense, you take package data bundle. Yeah, in that case, data usage, you take data usage minus, yeah, get package, right? If so, that is what you need to do. Otherwise, zero. Otherwise, it has to be zero. That's it. Now, if you tried that, yeah. Now make it 30,000 and see. Right, it works perfectly, you know. Okay, good. Then the excess data rate, you can again take that as a VLOOKUP. Diamond, you are looking that in a particular table, the data set, and that is there in the fourth column. Yeah, and it's a kind of exact match. Good. Right, then the excess data charge, you can simply apply the multiplication for the excess data, multiply that excess data rate, and the data usage charge, it's going to be the base charge plus the excess data charge. Right, perfect. You have done it very nicely. Right, very correct. So if you have any question on this, yes, now you can raise the questions, then we can discuss depending on that. බලන්න පුතාලට ඒකේ ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවද කියන එක එයano අපිට ඒක සාකච්ඡා කරන්න පුළුවන්. Yeah, any question? Anything that you would like to get further clarified? I think those are straightforward. So in case of your examination, you can also expect something like this. So if you can manage something of this nature, yes, you are there. So that is the expectation what we have on this. Right, okay, Asmi. So shall we move on to the second part as well? Yeah, this question number 2, part 2. Right, we have this, the call time is given. Yeah, again, you have done it very correct. So would like you to remove that as we used to do earlier, and let's work that out. Everything, you can take a kind of a call. We can remove them as usual. Okay, right. So how you would have worked out the threshold minutes? You would have taken a VLOOKUP. You would have look up this particular value, and here you would have taken table, right? Then you would have taken the very first column. So you can locate that in the very first column. So this time you are going for a, no, it's not an exact match, no, it can't be, because you are looking for a range. So hence you can simply ignore that, or you can even take it as true, right? You can take it as true, right? Now just enter and see what happens. So there it comes as 301, but it has to be 300, no? So therefore you can make a simple modification, -1. Good. Okay. Now the excess minutes can easily be calculated. Again, you need to be conscious that you need to take it as a if function, no? Otherwise, if you take, yeah, you can take if function. So you need to see whether this call time is greater than the threshold one, no? No, it's not threshold minutes, but the call time, no? Call time has to be greater than the threshold min. So if it is greater than that, you can put a comma, then you can deduct from the call time the threshold minutes. Otherwise, it has to be 0. Okay, right. Now you can take the threshold charge. Again, you can use a VLOOKUP function. VLOOKUP, call time. We are going to specify the table, right? And then you are going to look at that. It is in the third column, no? Third column. It's a closest match. You can either ignore or you can put through whatever. Right, 396. Then the excess rate, again, you can apply a VLOOKUP and work out the excess rate. So it is going to be the call time. The table you need to specify. Good. And that is there in the second column. Right. Then, yeah, you can now multiply the excess minutes by the excess rate. Okay. And then the total charge can be taken, the threshold charge plus the excess charge. Okay, so very correct, Asmi. You have done it very perfect, right? It's perfect. Good job. Yes, similarly, if you have any question, so we can discuss. So you can mention if you have any. So I think it is more or less similar to what we have done earlier. So all what it takes is the thinking and then applying your knowledge on the VLOOKUP. So these are some of the capabilities that is available with your lookup functions, right? Hopefully you have managed them. Hopefully you have managed them, right? Okay, right. Thank you very much, Asmi. Now you can stop the screen share. Good, appreciate it. So hope that others would have done the same. So you should not wait till the last moment, right? So if you wait till the last moment to do the things, it's not going to work. So therefore make the best use out of this. So we have the weekly discussion that is to encourage your learning on a weekly basis. So if you do the things on a weekly basis, so you don't have to do anything special for your examination, because examination is going to be exactly depending on what we discuss in the class activities as well as in the lecture materials. So if you master that, that's it. So don't wait till the last moment, right? But you do that on a regular basis, then certainly a good grade is guaranteed, right? So here also I told you that it is unlike the other exams. So here you are getting a particular skill, and the danger is that if you do not practice that, so these particular things may not be with you. So it simply goes out. So even so when we are doing this lecture series for this time, and if you don't do anything, and if you have to start the next lecture series, uh, certainly certain things would have forgot. So we always have to keep the things in practice. So that is the thing. So even though despite several times, despite how many times you do that, yes, there is a tendency that the certain aspects would have forgot. So hence it's like always practicing the things. So therefore don't ignore that. Make sure that you are keep practicing these things, right? Then only uh, these aspects would certainly comes to you, right? Okay, I appreciate the ones who have tried that. Good. So now we are moving on to the third one. It is again, it is your case study type question. So today I'm going to activate your fourth class assignment. So therefore the third question, it is more or less similar to your class assignment. So therefore that was the very purpose of taking the question. So if someone has attempted that, so we would love to see that. So you can share your answer with us. Then depending on that, we can discuss. So have you attempted that? And even I have given you a template to work out that answer as well. It's about the sales of Pinera. You'll see. So did anyone manage to do that? කොන්තාල එක් කරගත්තද? තුන්වෙනි question එක. Yes. Anyone? Yes, Vishan? Yeah.
So I've done it in a rough way. Shall I share and check out?
Yeah, sure. You can share. Yeah. Good, Vishan. Yeah, appreciated, right? Good job. So it seems that you have done it perfectly. Good. Okay. So Ishan, let us first move on to the total sales. In the table 1, total sales, show how you have taken that. Okay, you have taken it as a D3, okay, multiplied by, you have applied the VLOOKUP. Yes, you have done it very perfect. So shall we do that on behalf of the class and show how you have done that? We can see you have done it very correctly, but shall we, for one more time, shall we show that? Let's remove the answers there and work that out. You have done it perfectly. So you deserve the full mark for that. So you would have taken first, you wanted to multiply this 209. Yeah, you first take that, we look up. Okay, expanded that. And you take the lookup value. It's going to be the type. It's type you take. Then you would have selected the table. And the good thing is you have given the table, what do you call that, the range name. It is appreciated, good application. Then you want to find the price. The price is there in the third column, no? Yeah, third column, okay. Now you can simply multiply that and you are looking for a kind of exact match. Yeah, good. Exact match, very correct. Then you could have say, okay, then you could have come over there and multiplied it by the quantity. Yes, exactly correct. Good job. So then you can simply drag them down. Now let's move on to the basic sales tax one and see how we have done that. Okay, so there you have managed to do that again. So we have to take the things from the table. Yeah, you have done it correct. Yeah, you have taken logical test. Yeah, it seems perfect. So shall we do that on behalf of the class? So we'll remove the answers and we'll do that again, right? You have done it correct. Good, appreciated. So we may do that. We'll remove that basic sales tax. How it was asked to be taken, the basic sales tax, it's simply a 11% has to be applied, no? Tax rate, 11%. Okay, in that you can take the total sales, but you take the excess tax, no? So first we are taking the basic tax, no? From the first table, table 2. Yeah. So here we can simply apply. Let's work this out together. අපි එකටම කරමු පුතා basic sales tax. You can go to the cell F3. Our basic tax is here, no?
It's not already there. I've calculated here.
You work that out, is that?
Yeah.
We don't have to do that, ne, puta. We can just apply this tax rate and work the things out, no?
Sure, sir.
We may do that accordingly, right? Okay. Right, we can take it. Yeah, you take the total sales. You're going to take the total sales. Then you can multiply it by applying a VLOOKUP, no? You can take a VLOOKUP. Yeah, VLOOKUP. Then expand that. That is easy. The lookup value, we may search for the type. We may search for the type, and that is there in the table. You can specify the table number 2 of yours. That is where we can find the, yeah, very correct. Then in which column you can find the tax rate, that is in the second column, and you are looking for a exact match, right? Say okay. Okay, very correct. Then you can simply drag that down. So that is going to be your basic sales tax. Then additional sales tax. I think earlier something might have gone wrong with your basic sales tax calculation. Now it is fine, right? Hope you understand that. Now it's fine, no? Okay. So right now let's look at the additional sales tax. So when come to this additional sales tax, yes, you have done it perfectly correct. We'll see what you have to do. Good. The way you have done it very correct. You can say okay. We'll see how we have to do that. We'll think the excess tax, it is said that has to be taken based on the maximum quantity. It says that the excess tax should be paid on the revenue generated from the sales exceeding the maximum quantity. So depending on the type of this product, so depending on the amount that it exceed, you need to tax that. So that is how we basically do. Okay, good. Right, we can remove that and let's work it out again. So first you can take, we need to have a if function, no? I think we need to have if function. For that, first you can check whether the quantity it would exceed, it is greater than. You can take a VLOOKUP. So you need to look up that. Then, sorry, HLOOKUP, no? Not VLOOKUP, it's HLOOKUP, sorry, because the table is in the horizontal form, no? Sorry for that. You can take HLOOKUP. Yeah, HLOOKUP, lookup value. So you are looking for the type, I think. It's going to be the type. Then the table array, yes, you can specify your table, table 3. And so in that, which column we can see that the quantity, that is the second column, no? Second column, okay. Right, and you are looking for a exact match, right? Now you say that is the first thing, okay. Then you go back to the if function, good. Then value if true. If the value is true, what you are supposed to do is that you are going to take that excess amount. You need to work out the excess amount. That is in the sense, again, see D3, no? D3 minus that amount. D3, yeah. So that particular amount minus, again, HLOOKUP has to be taken, no? Again, HLOOKUP, yeah. Same thing, yeah. C3, the table array, table 3, and then it is the second column, and it is false, right? Then you have the excess amount, no? Now it's fine, you have the excess amount. Then it has to be multiplied by the price, no? Then you need to multiply that. So I think it is better to put another bracket from the beginning and at the end. Put two brackets for that, otherwise put a bracket over there, and also at the end put a bracket. then you can multiply it by, this time it is a H lookup, no? Sorry, V lookup, because you are going to take it from the first table. V lookup, the lookup value is going to be the same. Looking for that, the table, this time it is table 2, and the column index where you can find the price, that is in the third column. Price එක තියෙන්නේ තුන්වෙනි column එකේ. Range එක, it's going to be exact match. Good. Then you can go back to the if. Otherwise, you can say it is 0. Otherwise, it's 0. No? Right. Okay. Okay. Have we gone something wrong with that? It is a tax, no? Tax rate we have to apply, right? We need to take another multiplication, no? Right. We have done it perfect. Only the second one need to be modified here. You can click on the, you can go to the right, multiply, and the multiplication. So it is H lookup, no? Yeah. You can take an H lookup, right? This one table, it's going to be the table 3. Good. Row index number, that's going to be the third one. You are looking for a exact match. Good. Yeah. Now it works perfectly. Good job. You can simply drag it. Yes, you have done it perfectly correct. So it's all about the application of your if functions. Sorry, application of the lookup functions. So there you have applied the horizontal lookup, vertical lookup, I mean everything, right? Then you can take the net sales. When come to the net sales, you have taken it, yes, E3 minus the rest. Perfect, perfect. Right. So before we move into onto the other two tables, would like to ask you, are there anything that you are not comfortable? Then we can discuss depending on that. So you have seen how we have worked that out. So then would like to know you whether you are clear with that. බලන්න පුතාලා ඒ අපි කරපු ටික ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැද්ද කියන එක පැහැදිලිද කියන එක බලන්න. See whether you are comfortable with that. Anything that you are not comfortable, yes, do let me know. Then we can discuss accordingly. පැහැදිලි නැත්නම් කියන පුතාලා අපිට ඒක බලන්න පුළුවන්. Anything that you could not get, so it's all about thinking නේ. ඔක්කොම අපි කල්පනා කරලා ගත්තේ. දැන් උදාහරණයකට අපි total sales කිව්වොත් ඒක අපි දන්නවා quantity එක multiply වෙන්න ඕනේ price එකකින්. හැබැයි මේ price එක එනකොට ඒ අදාළ type එකට අදාළ price එකෙන් තමයි multiply කරන්නේ. ඒ නිසා අපි ඒක VLOOKUP එකක් එක්ක ගත්තා. ඊට පස්සේ basic sales tax එක එනකොට අපි මොකක්ද කරේ? ඒකේ අපි total sale එක ගත්තා. ඒක අපි multiply කළා ඒත් අදාළ type එකට අදාළ tax rate එකකින්. ඒතකොට ඒක තමයි අපි second අවස්ථාවේ කරන්නේ. ඒතකොට additional tax එකේදී අපිට කිව්වා additional යන ප්‍රමාණයට විතරයි tax කරන්න කියලා. එහෙනම් ඒක අපි if එකක් එක්ක අරගත්තා. අරගෙන ඒ additional quantity එක work out කරගෙන ඒක price එකෙන් multiply කරලා වටිනාකම අරගෙන ඒකට tax එකක් ගැහුවා, tax rate එක apply කරලා. ඔච්චරයි සරලවම කතාව. ඒකෙන් තමයි අපි additional tax එක ගත්තේ. ඒතකොට net sales අපි කොහොමද ගත්තේ? total sales වලින් basic sales සහ additional sales ඉවත් කරලා. Right? So that's what we did. We have coupled the use of if function together with the lookup functions. Lookup functions are if functions couple කරලා තමයි මේක ගත්තේ. ඒතකොට මේක ලොකු දෙයක් නැහැ. If you are quite strong in the lookup function, you could have easily done that. So that is it. Right? Good. Okay. Now let us move on to table 5. Table 5 එකට යමු පුතා. Right. Yeah, you have done it perfectly correct. You have done it perfectly correct, but would like you to do this once again by removing the answers, and let's work that out for the class. Yeah. So then you have taken, you want to find the total sales summary of each of the entities. Right. Then you would have taken, since it's a total, it's a sum, but depending on the condition, so therefore it is sum if. You would have taken that sum if function. Then you would have taken the range. You've been asked to specify the range. So the range එක තමයි අපේ customers ලා. So we need to find out the customers, the table. No? Come over there. Good. So yeah, you have taken that, and the good thing is you have applied the range name as well. Appreciated. Then the criteria, you can simply specify the criteria. Out of these customers, you want to find AB enterprise. Okay, good. Then the sum range, it is going to be the total sales. It's going to be the total sales. Right, very correct. Yeah, that's it. That's it. It is as simple as that. Wow, great. You have done it very nicely. Very nicely. Appreciated. So it is the application of sum if. This is what we discuss under the if functions. So we have extensively discussed and hope you are getting that perfectly. So similarly, if we look at the table number 4, what you have done it perfectly correct. So I can see you have done it perfectly correct. But again, we may remove the answers, and let us do that on behalf of the class one more time together. Yeah. So this time you can see that there are basically two conditions. So in one hand, the enterprise need to be a particular customer. There must be a particular customer as well as there must be a particular product. So therefore you cannot handle that using sum if. So instead you might have to use sum ifs. You might have to use sum ifs over there. So then they ask us to specify the sum range. This time it is the quantity, right? So you need to take the quantity. Right, very correct. Then the criteria range 1. What is the first criteria? It has to be, say, customers. Okay. Customers, right? Then the criteria 1. Yeah. So here you need to be little conscious because you are going to drag this. You are going to drag vertically and horizontally. Then you need to make sure that when you are dragging the things, what you don't want to change. So when it comes to this AB enterprise, there are several types of product. So therefore, when you drag that horizontally, you want to ensure that the column is not going to change, but the row change. The same column, but the row change. You cannot make both. You want to ensure that you are going to keep that column relative. Yeah. It's the column relative, but the row constant. No? Yeah, column relative, row constant. So then you need to put that. It's about what is constant. It's a row, right? Okay. Then the column relative, right? Fine. Then you have put that dollar mark in front of the row. Good. Then similarly, the second criteria that is going to be the product type. It's going to be the product type. Product type. Okay, good. Right. In that, again, you need to make sure that you are going to drag them here and there. When you drag the things, you want to ensure that that particular row is not going to change, but the it is not the column that is going to change. No, we need to, when you drag them down, so it's about the same column, but the row is going to be different. Yeah. So you want to ensure that it is the column is fixed. Column in the sense it is the first one. Yeah. Right. Okay. Now you can say okay. So if you drag that, then first drag them horizontally. Yeah, it seems that something has gone wrong. No? What is that? So it is about we might have to revisit the criterion. Yeah. When it comes to this AB enterprises, what we need to ensure that it is not going to change the column. No, column is fixed. So therefore, it is dollar mark in front of M. I think dollar mark, yeah, in front of M, and here it has to be, yeah. So let's work that combination out and see. So it is unusual. No, right, fine, no, yeah, good. So that is the thing that, so when you are doing that, you have to be careful. You need to think what going to be constant, what going to be constant. So again, if you go to this 496 and we'll see, click on the 496. එතකොට අපි එතනදී constant කරේ දැන් ගත්තොත් AB enterprise එක අපි drag කිරීමේදී AB enterprise කියන එක වෙනස් වෙන්න බෑ. එතකොට AB enterprise එක තියෙන්නේ column එක. එහෙනම් ඒක column එක fixed වෙන්න ඕනේ. ඊට පස්සේ type එක ගත්තාම අපි ඒක drag කිරීමේදී එතනදී වෙනස් වෙන්න බැරි row එක. row එක වෙනස් වෙන්න බෑ. නමුත් sorry, it's again the column is that when you drag that නෑනේ 14 no, row එක වෙනස් වෙන්න බෑ. ඒක same row එක තියෙන්න ඕනේ. same row එක තියෙන්න ඕනේ. නිසා අපි ඒක type A එකේ row එක constant කරනවා. ඒතකොට ඒ අනුව අපිට නිවැරදි answer එක ආවා. ඒක චුට්ටක් හිතලා ගන්න ඕනේ. එතන පැටලී සහගත වෙන්න පුළුවන්. But yes, what we have done is perfect. Good job. Thank you very much, Puta. You have done it very nicely. Ishan, it's a good job. So you deserve
Thank you, sir.
the full mark, right? Okay. Okay, so this is what I wanted to discuss you for the day. Then, so in few minutes time, I'll be activating your 4th class assignment. So you have some time to work this out, maybe 3 to 4 days, if I'm not mistaken. Just see that in that you are given a case study similar to what we have just discussed. So do that carefully. So it is certainly going to add some value to you. So you may do that carefully and upload the answers within the stipulated time, right? Okay. So other than that, do you have anything to get clarified in the today's discussion? මොනවද පුතාල පැහැදිලි කරගන්න තියෙනවද මීට අමතරව පැහැදිලි නැති දෙයක් තියෙනවද? So in order to make the best use out of this, certainly you have to attempt that. ඒතර පුතා මේ වගේ session එකකදී ඒකේ උපරිම ප්‍රයෝජනය ගන්න නම් ඔයා අනිවාර්යෙන් මේක attempt කරලා බලන්න ඕනේ. එහෙම නැත්නම් ඔයා දන්නේ නැහැ ඔයාට හිතෙනවා සමහර වෙලාවට මේ කරන එක okay කියලා. නමුත් ඒක හරියටම ඕකේද නැද්ද කියන එක අපිට දැනගන්න පුළුවන් අපි ඒක ඇත්තටම attempt කරොත්. So hence, so I repeatedly emphasize that you should try these class activities out, right? We are putting an extra effort. So that is to make sure that you are getting the required learning, because we are meeting in a distance mode. So everyone has the responsibility to ensure that at the end of the day, we are getting the required learning, right? So this is a paid course even, right? It's a paid course, you are paying some money. So therefore it is your responsibility to make the value for money. So make the maximum out of this, make the maximum out of your lecturers. So whatever the question that you may come across, so feel free to contact the lecturers. So we have given you the contact details, the emails, everything, right? So whatever the concerns question you may have, so get them sorted out. So today I think it's the 7th week, only 3 more weeks to go. So with that we are done with the lectures. There are 2 major topics is left. The one is on the sensitivity analysis, which we'll be taking on the next week, and then the week after next we are taking the solver. So the solver I have dedicated 2 weeks. Then with that we are done with that. So therefore only 2 major topics are left. So that is the progress in our course. So you are done with the today's class activity. It is the 4th one. Then only 2 class activities, if I'm not mistaken, is left. So where you can earn 40 marks. So try to make maximum out of that. So I need everyone to score more than 35%, 35 marks. So then you have already passed the subject. So when you're going for the finals, you're in a much comfortable position. So then I believe everyone, each and every one of you can go for A grade or greater than that, right? Okay, so that is from my end. So that's all what I wanted to discuss, and thank you very much for your participation. So it seems that there's a lower number, but the ones who participate really encourage. I know that they are the ones who is having a kind of a ambition to make the best out of this, right? Appreciate it. Okay, so if you have any question, yes. So this is time. Otherwise, we can conclude the discussion for the day. Okay, and then hope you're fine with that. So then let us meet in the next class. Thank you.